tonight. I hope the answer to that is amazing. So for tonight we are just going to use up leftover paints because they are sitting there now, and I just thought let's jump into it, use them all up so I can mix up fresh paints, and yeah, then we'll have, hopefully I'll get the bottles sorted and have larger amounts ready to go no matter what the colours. So we have some white here, and I thought why not, because I found these little cups, do 3 flip cups. So we'll put the paint in them, flip them over, and it's not going to use a lot of paint, but we are going to use what I've got left over. So I'll just get my other device ready so that I can see who comes in to say hello and what's happening in the chat. Go upside down. Okay. This way. So just need to find okay. So my paints are the same as you've seen in previous pours. So they're the Montmartre paints, and they are mixed with a little bit of the Acrylic pouring medium, and then with Flood Floetrol. Now I am in Australia, so I have the Australian Flood Floetrol, because that has a different mix to the one in the US and other locations. Okay, so now I can see. G'day Mum. Hi Anne, how are you? Thanks for joining me. And we won't hold up too long, so I'm going to start by using this white, but what I did do is add sorry about the dog, if you can hear the dog in the background. Go. So before, while I was mixing this, I added 2 drops of silicone to it, and I stir it through, because I like, when I add silicone, I like to really work it through. So, alrighty. So we don't have a lot of this yellow ochre. We still have cerulean blue, and we have some magenta. So let's work with that. They're almost primary colours. So glad to hear you're doing good. Alrighty, so I'm going to start with just a little bit of white in the bottom, so I'll use my stick. So it turns out this might not use up all the rest of the paint I have anyway, because, you know, it's only small. There we go, it's a little bit closer. Okay, so I think if yeah, that's good. It's only a tiny amount of white in each one, so that's awesome. So may start, we'll do them in 3s. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of the yellow ochre in that one, but then not do it yet. Then we'll go with the magenta, because I think with the yellow ochre it may create a nice orangey peach apricot, perhaps. Cerulean blue, and then so we'll start with the magenta on this second one. So we're rotating which one's the order of the cups. So that was the magenta. Sorry, I have to move them just to make sure I don't lose track. And the blue, cerulean blue. And the yellow ochre. So what we're doing this on tonight is an 8 by 10 inch canvas. Not a lot of that one left. And so we'll start with the blue. Probably getting down to the very last of the yellow ochre, which is great because you don't want to mix paints and have them go to waste. And now the magenta. Might just go a little bit more. All right. Let me see if I can get a little bit more of this yellow ochre into that middle cup. As best I could. Okay. So we'll put in some white again. So I'm hoping that this is going to help with some nice cells. Not too many and not completely covered, but you never know. It's fluid art. It might change that scenario. So not a lot of paint in each. Let's flip them. So we may go a little bit differently. And then I have some white, which is just white, no silicone or anything like that. And so we'll put this around them because there's not a lot of paint in those little cups. We need paint to cover the background and the edges. So there we go. All right. So before we get to any more paint pattern, what's this called? Techniques, painting techniques. I will say welcome to Tracy Creating. I am Tracy, and throughout this video, may you be inspired, learn something new, or simply relax while you're watching. So the reason I don't have the lime green or the phthalo blue or the turquoise for this pour is because I'm keeping those aside, okay? Keeping those aside for the part 2 on yesterday's pour, which was the colour palette challenge. So I didn't want to use up any of those ones in case they are still needed for how that's going. Now that painting is still drying. I haven't even had a sneak peek, which can be very tempting at times. So I'd also like some feedback, although I have been going live since I returned, and that's what I was doing before I had a break. I'm not going to do lives all the time, so I would like some feedback, if you please, on the best day potentially what time zone, so that I can pick the best option to suit as many as possible for, say, like 2 lives a week. And in between that, I'll have other pre-recorded videos. So, but yeah, if you'd like to let me know, that would be great. So I'm in Australia, and we're at Australian Eastern Standard Time. It's currently 8:47 p.m. on the 27th of July, if that helps anybody. So, all right. So let's have a look at what we're going to get here. I might see if I can bring you down a little bit more. The camera arm might bounce back up. That's all I'm worried about. There we go. That'll be awesome. Any time or day for me. Good to know. Thank you. And so I think we've got the freedom to push these whichever way we like. Tuesday or Thursday, 8:30. Oh, I like it, Anne. Thank you very much. And so I think we'll actually push them into the center and then pull them back. So push in and then pull back. Not a lot in there, that's fine. The paint will fill in all by itself. Push it in and pull back. And then again, push it in, pull back. Ooh. I think this is going to, I just use my stick here to push down on these parts to encourage that paint to fill in that space. Can already see some cells happening over here. And some little reactions over here as well. So that's pretty awesome. Almost ready. I may have to encourage them as well. If they're going to pick up any colour, I don't want to interfere with that. But I am going to use a hairdryer, so we shall see. Alrighty. Actually, pop these off, because if I turn the hairdryer on and it goes the wrong way, they're going to go flying. So I have a hairdryer that I have put masking tape over the front to narrow out the air pressure. And I have 2 options, high and low speed and high and low heat. So I'm going to keep it on low heat, and I'll put it onto high air because low air doesn't seem to have enough oomph behind it for this particular brand. So which, oh, there it is, it's a gold air. Okay, so I may get a little noisy with the hairdryer, so I'll do my best to be efficient with it. So here we go. And there we go. Now, I think because we didn't use a lot of colour, it is really washed out. So I don't know what to do about that. So perhaps we'll just have a look at what it looks like now. So it is very soft. I think I'd like it a little bit more bold. So let's just add, using up the paint, try and get a little bit more vibrancy. Go straight onto the surface. The paint on here still feels really thick. So that might be something to be, I may need to tilt it a lot. And, oh, I don't have any more yellow ochre. Let's just see how we go with that. Okay, I'm going back to the hairdryer. We're going to blow out these puddles and see if we get it a little bit more vibrant. But we are going to put some white over the puddle first, even though that's kind of what washes it out, but okay, go with it. Hairdryer's going on now. Alrighty, that is more vibrant than it was before, but still seemingly washed out. So if you did notice at that point, I was blowing a lot of the paint over the edge as well. So if I found it was blowing up quite a large amount, like a wave of paint with the air pressure, I'd push it off the edge. So, I'm not overly loving it. There's still a lot of paint on there. So what I'm thinking I may just do now is stretch it around and may even end up doing some balloon on it. It also might bring up some of the colours underneath, perhaps. You never know. Okay. Where's the weight? Yep, I'll definitely grab a balloon. I'm not feeling the love with it. So One of the other options I would do with this is, if it was too pale and I didn't like it, I'd mess it up. I'd actually run my fingers through it, blow it around some more, try and blow more of the white over the colours, and then do a string dip flower or something like that on it, because that looks really cool. But unfortunately right now I can't find my wool, so I'll do balloon. So just give it a quick, whoops, dropped it, sorry about that. All right, let's make this a masterpiece. My balloon sprung a leak as I was blowing it up. Okay. Let's try another. Okay, normally I would give a bit of time to stretch out my balloon, but because we are here right now ready, let's get straight into it. Okay. Out of curiosity, let's just see if we do put the balloon down, does it expose colours from underneath? And somewhere, well, in some areas, I mean, it did. So let's just try it a little more with that. I've got my cloth here to wipe it off. Sorry, now all the viewers you're getting is on my hand again. Now you're right in front of me. Okay. Yep. Still too much white, so I will break up a bit of the background by doing this. Hopefully spreading a little bit of colour. Break that up as well. Okay, so we definitely got some more colour in that. That's awesome. So now we'll just add a couple of extra features. Oh, how about there? Cerulean. And this is the pale yellow ochre, just for add a tiny little bit. Okay, get my cloths ready. these two I'll try and keep separate, but who knows, do them together. Here we go. I think I'm definitely at the point where I'm happy with that. I would like to see some more embellishments over it, but that is another thing that for what I'm thinking can't be done till it's dry. So sorry about that, Waddles. That's one of the things here I find about going live. Sometimes you want to finish it in a different way than what you had planned, and then it requires leaving it unfinished. So oops. Alrighty, so we are going to have those cells come up. That's going to be fine. And this, yeah, I think this is going to be pretty cool, adding some little bit of extra things to it once it's dry. So this turned out to be another part 1. Oh dear. That's better. I like the pastel shades. I do too, Anne. Thank you very much. It was just way too washed out before, so it's definitely brought it back to life. And it looks awesome. Thanks, Mum. Alrighty. So just as I give you another close-up, please consider giving me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video. A bit of a learning process along with myself, because you never know what fluid art's going to do and how the plans may change. So, and if you've enjoyed that, please subscribe if you haven't already. And be sure to click on the notification bell to get advised of when I do lives or upload videos. I'm going to have a go at doing some shorts too. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I may leave it as it is, or I may scan it and alter it. So yeah. All right, thank you so much. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below if you have an ideal preference for days, times that I will be able to calculate the best option that I can offer for a majority of people. So because you guys are everything, the channel works because you guys are here supporting me. So thank you so much, and I appreciate you. So on that note, thank you. Take care. It is important because you are important. All right. See you in the next video. Be kind, be creative, and be fabulous. Bye.